Let's bring in Julia Bradley. Julia, what an incredible reign it has been for Queen Margrethe. And as we can see, she's so loved. You've got the crowds who are cheering for her. They're waving their flags. Julia, they really, really love their queen.
There was so much love for Queen Margrethe, Danica, and what's really struck me since I've been in Copenhagen is there's really just this quiet respect for their monarch. You know, when you're in Britain, you've seen posters of Queen Elizabeth plastered all around the place. There's a lot more kind of overt support. You either love the royals or you hate them. It's a lot more polarising. But here in Denmark, they're not as overt day to day about their love for the royals, but you ask anyone in the street and they say a similar thing. They say, oh, Queen Margrethe, she's fantastic. I often see her at soccer games out supporting children in Denmark. And, we've spoken about how she does her own grocery shopping, affectionately known as Daisy or the ashtray queen, given her love of cigarettes. So she does really give off that air of just being one of the people. She's a Dane. She's proud to be Danish. She's proud of her people, and she's given absolutely everything to this role. 52 years on the throne, so Europe's longest-serving monarch. She's incredibly loved by the population here in Denmark. So it is a really exciting moment today. It's an historic moment for Denmark, but it is a bittersweet moment because this is the moment when people are farewelling their beloved queen. No one was expecting her to announce her abdication when she gave that speech on New Year's Eve. It was the furthest thing from people's minds. I've been speaking with members of the public here in Copenhagen, but also Danish journalists, and they've all said the same thing. They did not expect this. They did not foresee Queen Margrethe abdicating at this stage. They thought that she'd be in the role up until her death. So it caught a lot of people by surprise. It has been a little bit of time now for people to try to get their heads around it, but it really hasn't been all that long. So this is that moment for people to come out and to farewell Queen Margrethe and to thank her for the work that she's done, as they also welcome in the new King and Queen of Denmark.
And we just saw on our screens there, Caroline, that official succession taking place, Queen Margrethe signing that document, handing the reins over to her son, Crown Prince Frederik, who now becomes King of Denmark. I've got to say, he looked quite emotional there.
Quite solemn, wasn't it? Yeah,
as his mother signed that document. And then she stood up and she left, and he took that main position in the middle of the table, and on his right side, of course, was his son, the 18-year-old Crown Prince Christian, who is now heir to the throne. Queen Margrethe, as Julia said, she always said that she would be in this role. She always wanted to remain queen until the day that she died, but illness was what has held her back, and she made that huge decision on January 14 to step down and hand the reins over to her son.